Feeling good today? That is good. Good to feel good. My goodness.
Will you two stop saying gummy so much?
I will not be filming myself making breakfast today. But I will presume that it will not make or break your enjoyment of the vlog, whether I make breakfast or not. Man, it's actually kind of cold today. Do this run, I'm gonna have to run kind of hard. And where did my mom go? She stole my headphones. Oh, no rush. Alright, I guess she's not in the house. Okay, she's at the neighbor's house. So I'm gonna go get my headphones and go for a run. You know what's funny is I always have a tough time saying run and rung. It's like a subtle difference, but rung sounds really weird.
I don't think I've ever seen a clearer, bluer sky in my life.
Excellent run. Excellent push-ups. Bill and Ted, etc., etc. Did you guys know that you can get groceries delivered now?
The Xbox 360 will run near the end of development.
Did I jump from me cooking straight to me back at this computer? Okay, very productive day so far. I have finished the High Banks video, went through the interview, put it in where it goes. I think it's actually like a really cool video. Once we have narration, we can see how it looks overall, but I'm very happy to have that off of my plate. I haven't been thinking about it these past 2 years, but I was always like, somewhere in the back of my mind, I was like, we gotta do that at some point. And I believe Andrew is editing the rafting video right now, which after that, the only thing that'll be left, well, I say only thing, but we'll have Whitney and the Eclipse video, and then the backlog will be cleared. I'll be very happy about that. But we're going on a trip in October-ish. It's almost October, right? I've been talking about backlogs a lot. And if you play video games, you'll know what I'm talking about, but they'll have sales for games where you can get so many games that you're never gonna play. Then you have this huge backlog of games. Sometimes you've never even tried them. And whenever I have too much time on my hands, I start thinking about my backlog too much. And I was doing that recently, and I came to an interesting conclusion. Well, let me explain what I did first, and then the conclusion I came to after that. Okay, so after you see this, you'll probably think that I'm a crazy person, or if you play video games like me, then maybe you know what I'm talking about. So I have a bunch of games that I haven't finished, and then I sorted them into a couple of different categories. I separated my games into multiple categories. Will finish, in progress, will not finish, under consideration, remakes, in progress, remakes, this pen's dying. Oh, and then one more. In consideration. Okay, that's all right. So you might imagine that this is the part of the vlog where I will tell you what each category means and what games I put into what category. No, so I made this list and I even sent it to my buddy Wyatt and I was talking about, dude, this is a way we can finally get through our backlogs, blah, blah, blah. And it suddenly hit me, I was like, man, this is not the way I wanna be playing games. This is how I would tackle work that I don't want to do. Part of the reason why I have such a big backlog is that I keep replaying old games because I'll get the urge to play this game or I'll get the urge to play that game. And it just hit me, I was like, man, you know what? How about just play the games that you want to play when you want to play them. And when you don't want to play them, don't play them. This is not something you're getting paid for. Finishing the games is not going to significantly increase your enjoyment of the game. And it's probably gonna decrease your enjoyment of the game if you're just trying to finish it. This is actually the reason why I don't really own any books anymore. I only get them from the library because if I have a book that's unfinished, it eats at me. And I'm like, man, I need to finish that. I used to have a huge DVD collection. Well, I actually watched all those, but I sold that. But at the same time, I also sold or gave away all of my books. The only book I kept actually was the Alan Watts biography because this guy has probably had the most profound effect on my life as far as like what any author has done. And his book is basically like a distillation of everything that he said into one neat little volume. And I've got it earmarked all over the place. Let's take a look, see what's... Oh, dude, he's so good. I love this dude. He's so self-righteous, but man, in a good way. I met Greta at a party of the Wild Woodbines, an ultra-blonde, soft-faced Swede with the pale blue eyes and high culture so characteristic of her people. But I never understood her game. Man, that is like the most accurate description of how my interactions with women have been my entire life. I just don't get it. I don't get what you want. Anyways, the conclusion I kind of came to was that work is for getting things done. Everything else is just a dance. Don't try to get to the end of the dance, because that's like, I have a very crude thing I can say right now that would be really funny and really accurate, but I won't say it because I'm too classy. Okay, now it's time to make dinner and then play some Battlegrounds. Okay, video shoot tomorrow. Battlegrounds is great. I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna rewatch some Adventure Archives because sometimes I just like to break my arm patting myself on the back. So tomorrow the Super Nintendo Classic is coming out. I'm going to Brennan's house. I bought one for each of us. So right after the video shoot, I'm going to that. So you might not see this vlog until Saturday, but in any case, I'll see you when I see you. Yo, look at the size of that praying mantis. Also, that thing was so big I saw its shadow before I saw it. And it can fly. That's kind of terrifying. I don't know if I should be getting this close. I'm gonna get closer. Oh, it's looking right at me.